Good evening, everybody. My name is Mark McClure here for the Maryland Hockey Network, joined by Matt Fusillo. And we have a rematch of Friday night's classic game. It's the University of Maryland Terrapins against the Stevenson University Mustangs. These two teams played a great game out at the Gardens Ice House in Laurel. 2-1 the final score of that game. Maryland picked up the win. Stevenson looking for some revenge in their own building here at the Reisterstown Sportsplex.
Yeah, that was a great battle. That game, Maryland won 2-1. Goals by Liam Eden and Tyler McAvoy, the game winner on his birthday in the final few minutes of that game. As far as today, same goaltending matchup. It'll be the great Andre Pelletier in net for the Terrapins and David Shahady in net for the Stevenson Mustangs.
They played a great game against Maryland at Laurel, so we'll see if he has the same great play in him today, because it was a pretty close game and they needed every one of his big saves. Maryland is in the red tonight. They are attacking away from us here in this first period, while Stevenson, they are in white, and they'll be attacking towards us from this angle as they may have an opportunity here early on. Pelletier, a great angle move by Robinson, but he could not finish. Didn't get a shot off against Pelletier. Here's a one-timer. That comes from the right side. A little bit off target there, and the puck goes into the corner.
Early breakaway there for the Stevenson Mustangs. And we get a good look at it in our new view here right behind the goaltender, Pelletier. But he fanned on the shot.
And the one-timer gets fired. It looked like it went up and out of play, so we'll come back for a face-off. 19:17 left in the opening period, but an early big save by Pelletier. He didn't actually physically make the save, but him getting his stick in there definitely disrupted Robinson.
Yep, Maryland running into an early trouble there, just a few seconds in, but we remain 0-0.
Into the corner. Michael's trying to chase it down for the Terps. Sets up behind the Stevenson net. This one bounces out towards the left corner. Tomaszewski sends it back to center ice for his guys to reset. Some dumped in a Michael's wrist shot saved by Shahady. And it goes into the right corner. It's a battle for it. Ariel play it off the boards in behind Shahady's net.
Here you see the Michaels, DePoy, and Bozin line. Beganowski suspended for a game after his 10-minute misconduct on Friday night. That's an ACHA rule. He must sit out for one game, and that will be today. So Bozin slots into the second line. He played in the third line Friday night.
And another wrister there off the pads of Shahady. He made that save, no problem. Now Stevenson can come out on the attack. This one flipped up. Airy has it at his stick. They go across the ice to Tomaszewski. Tomaszewski, wrister in there. That one goes off the stick of Shahady and into the left corner. Carlson trying to control it. Burkhart sending it forward. No one can find the puck, and a big hit there at center ice. We talked with head coach Joe Carter before this game for Maryland. He made it abundantly clear that his group is trying to really weather the first period storm that they know is coming. This Stevenson team is not very deep, only 10 skaters, so he knows that they're going to get their best in the opening frame.
Only 10 skaters. And as far as the Maryland offense, they did win the last game, but he also said they got to just get more pucks on net, start creating more chances offensively. They maintained possession in the offensive zone the vast majority of the game, and I feel like a great factor of that was due to the shorthanded Stevenson team. But they just got to keep getting more pucks on net, stay out of the penalty box as well.
An icing here on the Mustangs, so we'll head to the other side of the ice for a face-off. 17:09 left in the opening period. No scores so far. Really, our best chance was that breakaway by Robinson that Pelletier broke up.
So far, not too much action, and that one came within the first few seconds of the game. The face-off will be to the left of David Shahady here.
Healy won the draw. Rister goes on net. That one went wide. Peterson on the shot. Now it's up the left boards out to center ice. This one's fired off the glass by the Terps. Eden trying to chase it down. He leads this team in goals with 2. Goes back the other way. Icing waved off. And Maryland will collect in the corner. Swinging around the boards, Peterson had the puck. It looks like we're going to get a penalty, though, coming up on the Terps. Guilty party is Peterson. That third line defensive pairing of Peterson and Holman. He gets a run today. At least that looked like there was an indication of a trip there. Yeah, there was. And then Maryland had a 5-on-5 like they were ready to go against that. But they are going on the kill for the first time in this game. It was another thing that Joe Carter talked about before the game. He wanted to try and avoid the box because Maryland's been spending an awful lot of time there, as this wrist shot from the point is gloved by Pelletier.
Speaking of those penalties last game, Terps had serious troubles in the box on Friday night. I believe it was 12 penalties. And finally, towards the end of the third period, Stevenson was able to capitalize on the power play.
Draw
and that
one
was their
by
lone
the
goal.
Mustangs. From the point, wrister is off the board. Picked up by Candelina. He tried a backhanded shot. He was too tight of an angle, though. And now the Terps will have an opportunity to clear, and they do get it out to center ice. That'll give them just a moment to reset. 1:25 still left on this penalty kill for Maryland. Stevenson trying to get themselves an early lead. They'll reset from their own end. This is Hoover knifing up ice. Goes Pettier's right, just directs one at his pads. It gets behind him. Did it go in? It did. Nick Hoover with the goal. And Stevenson gets on the board first with a power play goal.
Nobody knew that puck was in the net at first. He just barely tucked that one in. Sneaky goal there by Nick Hoover. The Mustangs' best player on Friday night, aside from Shahady. Just over 4 minutes into this one, 1-0 Stevenson. So a very different start here tonight.
It looked like Hoover just pretty much directed it at the back of the pads of Pelletier, and it just snuck by him. Pelletier thinks he's got an issue with the net. He's going to send the ref over and may have an issue with where it's moored. Referee says that's going to be just fine. And we're good to go. Back underway. Airy tried to just send one in deep. That one just deflected off the boards. This one goes out towards the blue line again. Tomaszewski trying to restart for the Terps. He nearly turns it over. Jesse was bearing down on him. And providing some support is Tucker Healy on the left side. This one swung across to Airy as he brings into the offensive zone, tries to slap her, but he fanned on it.
Another thing that Coach Carter said during pregame today, this Maryland team, as there's a save there by Shahady, and he will hold for the whistle. But Coach Carter was saying before the game that he expects the Stevenson Mustangs to get off to a very fast start due to their depleted roster, and they did just that. Hoover burying the goal. They didn't score until the final minutes of the third period on Friday night. So I'm sure a very happy start here for Coach Ergo of the Stevenson Mustangs.
Behind the net, Maryland trying to get some momentum back. Just over 5 minutes played now in the opening period. It's 1-0 Stevenson goal coming from Nick Hoover. This one was deflected and went up into the netting. We'll stop for another face-off. Face-off will go to Shahady's left here. A little bit tied up down there. Now it goes out to the blue line. May have been a deflection there. Boston picks it up and tried to send it up the boards. Candelina cuts that out and sends it behind his own net. And it's played up the boards, and it's going to go all the way the length of the ice. Pelletier will make the save with his pads and just direct it into the corner. Michael sends it up the boards. Swings back around. Here's Airy. Airy's pass is intercepted. They'll just have a wrist shot. Weekly come in. Pelletier will save and hold for the faceoff.
Airy was looking for Boston there, trying to get something started. as they advance towards the neutral zone, but the pass was intercepted and Pelletier holds instead.
Winner getting ready to take the face off, but it looked like Landon Nguyen was trying to get a little more real estate there, and the referee saw it. Winner gets leveled here on the near boards. Goes back out towards center ice. Maryland still can't clear, and then finally they do. Jetson Koo did a good job clearing the zone for the Terps. It goes to the left boards here. Here is Koo. Koo gets nailed in center ice. Now here's a chance. Great pad save by Pelletier on Jesse. Just denied him there. Keeps this game at 1-0. See why they were doing the drills at pregame of him quickly getting across the crease, because he had to do it right there. Koo trying to recover this one in the corner. It's behind the net. Wanner goes across ice to Koo. Pass forward, missed its intended target, and now owes off the left boards.
About 2 or 3 big hits there from the Stevenson Mustangs. One thing that they did all throughout Friday night's game is they were very physical, at times overly physical. So that's a thing that the Terrapins have to be careful tonight. Try and match that intensity, but not take it to the penalty box.
The Friday hero, Tyler McAvoy, dumps the puck in. Trying to set something up. This one right in front on the doorstep. There was an opportunity there, but that one can't find the back of the net from Jake Schwartz. Now here comes Stevenson up the boards. This one deflects out towards the corner. Robinson holds it in for the Mustangs. Then a puck comes towards the net, and that one is saved and held by Pelletier as McAvoy getting into it a little bit with Candelina.
Candelina just following the puck through, but McAvoy protects his goaltender. Not going to let that happen.
Face off to Pelletier's right between Jesse and Healy. Jesse wins it for the Mustangs. Goes out to the right point. Here comes a shot. Pad save made. Pelletier trying to jam it in at the near post. And then again, we're going to get some action. This time, Robinson and Ray Mack are getting into it with getting into it in general, those two.
And McNamara, he had some physical play on Friday night. Wastes no time today. Protecting his goaltender once again. That's something that you definitely like to see. He's slotting into the first defensive pairing again for the second straight game with Tyler McAvoy.
Yeah, the Mac pairing, I think they're calling it. McNamara and McAvoy. As McNamara sends it off of the boards, and Eden's going to chase after it. Carlson turns away. That one was sticked up and into the Maryland bench for a stoppage, and the faceoff will come to neutral ice. Six to 4, the current shots on goal in favor of the Mustangs, as this faceoff will come directly to center ice. 12:06 left in this opening frame. Draw one by the Terrapins. Tomaszewski plays it off the boards. Darren Michaels couldn't get to it, and he turned it over. Shot from Layett is a little bit high, and then Bennett swings it behind the Maryland net. Tomaszewski got there first. Then Bozen went up to Michaels, knifing up ice. Great poke check there by Stevenson. There's some physical play by the scorer's table.
Bozen slowed to the puck there. Stevenson's done a great job of not allowing any offensive zone entries so far tonight.
They've looked really lively, I must say, Matt.
Which we did not see much of on Friday night. Maryland was all over their offensive zone.
Hoover had the puck right in front. He gave it up, and a shot came, saved by Shahady. And again, we're going to get a Donnybrook in front of the net. Michaels right down there. 11:13 left in this opening period, 1-0 in favor of Stevenson. They had the power play goal from Nick Hoover, but one thing that has carried over, Matt, has been the chippiness in this contest.
Absolutely. We saw a ton of it Friday night. Big fireworks shows all throughout that game. And in their games against Delaware and Georgetown, the first two games of the season, we really saw almost none of that. It's just against the Steven team, a very gritty squad.
Late penalty coming up on the Mustangs, and now we'll get the call. Looks like we're going to get a hold here.
And it's going to be Kenneth Burkhart going to the box. So he will take a seat, and Maryland will be on their first power play of the night.
And yes, it is 2 minutes for holding for Bennett. So a big power play chance here for Maryland to try and even this game up with 11:01 left in the first period. It heads back out towards the blue line. Mack holds it in. Then he lost it. It was deflected. Foot race to the puck that Healy wins. Healy plays it off the boards, lost his footing, but still got the pass off. This is Eden. Eden drifts in, tries a shot. That one sticked wide by Shahady. Terps hang on to it, though. Good to get it off to McAvoy. Over to Healy. Now to Eden. He tries a wrist shot pad. Saved by Shahady again. And this one is cleared the length of the ice. Pelletier will hold behind the net. And he'll play it off the boards for McAvoy. McAvoy slicing and dicing up ice. Drifts in, just drops it off the boards for himself. Tried to center it, then it goes out to Eden. Now to Healy. Healy wanted a one-timer, but it didn't come off the sticky way he thought. Now it goes to Michaels, a wrist shot, and that one's wide. That again cleared.
Good save there by Liam Eden to keep it into the offensive zone. And they're able to get another shot. A good chance off of that.
McAvoy looking to reset as he waits behind the net. Give off right side to Landon Wynn.
McAvoy heads off. It in. We get fresh legs on for this power play. 35 seconds remaining.
Again, Stevenson's able to clear down the boards. Pelletier again holds. And Tomaszewski's going to start the attack. He's going to go long pass here, but that one off the skates and now goes towards Maryland's own net. This one was flipped in off the pads of Pelletier. 15 seconds left on the power play. Bosin goes to Wanner. Wanner brought it in, but offsides the call.
Penalty kill looks very strong so far for the Mustangs. Not allowing much. A couple shots so far, but they're keeping the puck. They're keeping the puck to the outsides, and they're clearing every chance they can get. Not a lot of action for the Terrapins.
Thanks again for joining us here on the Maryland Hockey Network. We're at Reisterstown Sportsplex, home of Stevenson University. Thanks for your support of Maryland hockey. It's an opportunity in front there for Eden was saved. The penalty expired, and they'll get a change out of it.
Burkhart,
Stevenson
able to come right out of the penalty box onto the bench.
And the draw is won this time by Stevenson. Hoover played it off the glass to retrieve it with Muirhead and physical there on the left boards. Muirhead swings one around for Thomas Peterson. Peterson drops it right back in. Eden, now Eden battling for it, behind the net. Goes back out towards Peterson. Stevenson still cannot get a clear. Goes off the boards again. Eden gets the puck. He's shoved against the glass. And then finally, Stevenson will get the clear here. The icing is on, and Piper was the first one to it. So we'll go the other way for a face-off.
Holman tried to block that center ice, that puck. Good thing it didn't touch the stick. They get the icing call. Then he's knocked down to the ice after the play.
Seven to 7, even on shots, but Stevenson has a 1-0 lead. Nick Hoover with a power play goal. Goes out to the point for a McNamara shot. Save made by Shahady. He'll cover immediately, and we'll go for another face-off.
I like that play by McNamara. Just get pucks on net. Again, the Terps offense was clicking in every way possible. Just they got to get more shots.
So the face-off goes again. Wilson wins it again. McNamara another shot. That time it was blocked, though. And it's cleared to center ice by the Mustangs. They actually come up with the puck. Here comes the wrist shot. That one was sticked up and over by McAvoy. So we'll get a face-off to the left of Henry Pelletier. It's a threatening play there by Bennett. Good last moment defending by McAvoy.
And the Mac will stay on the ice. That defensive pairing.
This one is sent around the boards by McNamara. Backhand pass goes out to center ice again. The team was without McAvoy's normal defensive partner, Ryan Height. He is dealing with an illness right now, so he's not been with the team for either of these two Stevenson games.
That's right, second straight game. He'll be sidelined. Hopefully he'll be able to make it next game.
And again, we'll get a little action after the whistle here. Check the call. Looks like we're going to have a penalty on Maryland. Trying to get the number there. The penalty's for high sticking.
Yeah, we can't quite see what number that is.
That's Jake Schwartz. They're going to get for high sticking. So another opportunity on the power play for the Mustangs of Stevenson. 7:33 left in the opening period. Wrister comes. That was deflected, and the save was made by Pelletier, as Robinson may have gotten a piece of that as it came in. Good dangle in here by Carlson. He gives it off. Now to Burkhart. Jesse on the left side. Back to Burkhart at the point. Cross ice pass off the boards for Carlson. Carlson looking for a shooting lane. Back to Watterson. Wrist shot comes from Burkhart. A good screen job here from Robinson, but Pelletier was able to see through that one. Now a one-timer. That was blocked up front and cleared just to center ice.
Good block by Muirhead. Blocks that puck and gets it right out of the zone, so Stevenson has to regroup.
Minute 15 left on the power play for the Mustangs. Been a pretty even first period so far, but Stevenson does have the only goal. This one was lost right in front of the net.
They're still down, pushing each other.
Yeah, Jesse was the one that came in, and Jesse and Ray McNamara have really been getting into it in this game. Ray McNamara's brought a lot of physicality for the Terrapins.
And I think that's something that's continuing over from Friday night. I don't think that's fresh blood from tonight.
So a chance to regroup for Stevenson as they bring it up ice. Pass off the boards goes behind the Maryland net. Slap shot around the boards by Tomaszewski. And again, a good clear by Maryland. Hoover bringing it forward. He was the goal scorer on the last power play. Stevenson's 1 for 1 on their power play opportunities. Hoover swings all the way around back into the high point. He'll try a wrist shot. This one loose right in front. They're trying to poke it in. Backhander scored. I believe it was Dylan Candelena with the goalie at the backhander on the rebound. And it is 2-0 Mustangs.
It is Candelena. It looks like he was looking at the ref to see if it was a good goal or not. Close play for goaltender interference, but it's going to count. Not sure what that was all about, but it's going to be 2-0 Stevenson.
It's another power play goal for the Mustangs. We have a 2-0 game. So the power play has been much improved for Stevenson in this game as opposed to the last one where they left empty-handed more times than not on their power play opportunities on Friday.
And it just goes to show Maryland has got to stay out of the box. You knew it was going to cost them at some point. It did Friday night late. They were very fortunate to only give up one goal in the penalty kill.
This one launched to high into the corner. Airy trying to come up with it. He lost it. Bennett tried to bring it into the post there and try to jam it in. He lost it on the way. Bosin is able to just stick it out to center ice. It's fired right back in off an offside player, so that is offside. As Jesse was trying to track back. 5:06 left in the opening period. 2-0 Stevenson here in the back end of it, home and home between these two teams. Maryland won the first game, 2-1 the final there. But on the bright side for Maryland, they do understand that they're going to get opportunities late in this game because they just outnumber Stevenson so drastically. And they expected Stevenson to come out flying, and they have, in every sense of the word. As here comes Jesse. This one directed at the side of the net. Now it's flipped out in front. A good job gloving it down by Healy. And now he can bring it up the boards. Pass into center ice is picked off. Goes out towards the Maryland blue line. Now it's dropped into the corner. Liam Eden comes up with it. Gives it off to Healy. Now Healy can advance forward. Lays it back, wrist shot for Muirhead. That one never got there. Taken back by Stevenson. Now it's out at center ice. The Terps have retaken it. Piper Holman gives it off to Muirhead. That one went out and into the corner. Behind Stevenson's net, they recollect. This one's dumped in behind Pelletier. First one there will be McNamara. Then goes to Wynn off the boards, but he can't completely clear the zone. It's kept back in by Stevenson. Bennett tries to come up with it. He can't cleanly. Now Steinberger's going to get some work with the third line tonight. Drops it in. Wanner chasing after it. Wynn sends it back behind the net. Drifts out towards the blue line. Held in by McAvoy just for a moment. Then McNamara tried to bring it in, but the whistle went. Must have been for offsides.
And Wanner's in the penalty box.
See the call if they did. They have Wanner go into the box. The call is, looks like for roughing. They'll give him 2 minutes for roughing. And now another opportunity for the power play for Stevenson. They are 2 for 2 tonight on power play chances. This comes with 3:23 left in this opening period. Maryland needs a kill here. Tomaszewski floats one back to center ice. That'll clear the zone. Hoover is going to wait, and then he'll go over to the boards. Coming up the left wing, Stevenson going to try and set it up. This one trying to centering pass to Watterson. It goes all the way through to Robinson. Garneau trying to get it. Watterson ends up coming up with it, and he swings it around the boards. Here's a wrist shot from the point. Watterson had it blocked. Robinson was trying to get a piece of it in front. Robinson has done a really good job screening Pelletier on these power plays. Maryland the other way. McMenamin on a shorthanded chance, but he had to take it off his stick before he could get a shot off.
Good job by Tomaszewski in that last play. He got knocked down, got right back up on his feet, and then blocked that shot, got it out of the zone. Textbook play.
1 minute exactly left on this power play for Stevenson. As we said, both their goals have come off the power play. They're 2 for 2. This one played off the boards. Stevenson taking this one a little bit slowly, but that pass is Aaron, and Eden's going to get to it first for the Terrapins. Brings it into the corner. Good change of direction. Goes back out to center ice for Airy, and this is a great job by Maryland just trying to kill off the time as much as possible, get back to even strength. Played off the boards by Muirhead, and then Stevenson will get, looks like, one last rush out of this if they can collect it, but they cannot as Airy able to fire it back in, and Maryland gets a change. Stevenson having some trouble getting it out of their own end at this point. They finally do send it back to center. McNamara Gets it for the Terrapins. Now over to McAvoy. Goes off the stick of DePoy into the offensive zone for the Terps. We're back to even strength hockey. Right off the bench. I'm sorry. Bosin has it. Bosin tried to get one in to the slot, but his pass was deflected. Now a shot comes from near center ice, and Pledé will just guide it behind the net. Bosin picks it up left corner. Gets it over to McAvoy. McAvoy didn't know where the puck was. Now Watterson making it difficult as it goes back into the corner. McNamara with the backhanded pass. Here comes Bosin, and he's able to get it back to neutral ice, but will Maryland maintain possession of any kind? 42 seconds left in the opening period. 2-0 Stevenson. Drop back for Michaels. Michaels into the slot, shoots, and that one saved as it went high and wide. Goes back out to center ice. McAvoy gives it off to Healy. Healy thought one-timer, then he went across ice, past Eden a shot, and then went back to Healy almost as that one went wide again. Going down the other end, looks like we're going to get an icing call here, and we are. That'll give us a stoppage with 11.9 seconds left in period number one.
Not too many chances so far for this Maryland offense. We'll see if they can do anything here. Just under 12 seconds left. Trying to cut this deficit in half. Going to the locker room.
Draw goes back out to the blue line. And Stevenson tries to clear. McAvoy trying to keep it in. He did, just barely. 3 seconds left. That looks like it's going to be the end of the action, though, here in the first period. Score 2-0. Stevenson with the lead. 2 power play goals. Give them the advantage early. Maryland, it's kind of the things we've been talking about for the last couple of games. They just have spent far too much time in the penalty box. 3 penalties in that period.
And it's been the story of the weekend. 3 penalties in that period. And Stevenson has been wasting no time capitalizing on those power plays that they've been awarded. Maryland's got to do better than that, stay out of the box. A little bit of a sloppy 20 minutes, but I expect them to come out much sharper for the second.
And again, we talked about fatigue factors going to play a part in this game. Stevenson only with 10 skaters, so longer as this game goes on while Stevenson's going to be heading the other direction. We'll see if that ring is true. We'll take a break here on Maryland Hockey Network for the first intermission. We will be back for puck drop. To start the second period after a short break. And welcome back here on the Maryland Hockey Network. My name is Mark McClure, joined by Matt Fusillo. We're at Stevenson, Reisterstown Sportsplex, home of the Mustangs. We're getting ready for the start of period number 2, and Stevenson has the 2-0 lead as they're looking for revenge on the Terps, who beat them 2-1 on Friday. 2 power play goals in that period for Stevenson, one by Nick Hoover, the other by Dylan Candelina. And I mean, I just think it's simple as Maryland. It's got to give themselves an opportunity by staying out of the penalty box. It has just been so frustrating just even to watch over the last couple of weeks, them spend so much time in the box.
Yeah, that's 15 penalties in their last 4 periods against Stevenson, dating back to Friday night. So something's got to give here. It's plain and simple. You got to stay out of the penalty box. You figure at some point the Mustangs will be able to cash in. They've already done it twice so far tonight.
We'll see how period number 2 shakes out as both teams get ready for the face-off. Shots in that first period, 11-8 in favor of Stevenson, but you have to understand that does come with the fact that they spent 6 of those minutes on the power play. So at even strength, when it was even strength, it's a pretty even hockey game.
I expect this Maryland team to play much harder this period. I think their first 20 minutes was a little bit sloppy, and they definitely don't want to do that again here. We'll see if they can tack on a few here.
Had his pocket picked there for a second by Muirhead. Then it went off of Watterson's stick and towards Shahadi's net. They try to clear the zone. They can't do it quite. McAvoy a shot, and that is saved and held by Shahadi.
I believe Eden was looking for a tip there, but either way, on net, and we get a whistle. First of the second period.
Posted up nicely in front, but just couldn't get the stick on it.
And the same group will stay out.
Goes back for McAvoy. Eden plays it behind the net for Muirhead. Here's Healy. Back out to the point for McNamara. His shot again. Maryland looking for a deflection. Can't get one. McAvoy holds it in.
Eden again almost got a stick on that one.
Here comes Eden. Speaking of him, it ends up in the slot. Healy trying to get something on it. A shot comes with no power from Eden, and Shahadi makes the save. Eden hangs on to it, though. We'll go across the ice for Healy. Healy thinking wrist shot. That one deflected. Muirhead trying to punch it in. Loose in front. Muirhead, he scored! Andrew Muirhead takes advantage of a rebound, and the Terps have cut the deficit in half. It's 2-1.
Big scramble in front of the goal crease. They're whacking at it and battling a bunch of players in front from both sides. And it's Muirhead that taps it in. 2-1, Stevenson.
Andrew Muirhead, goal number 2 on the season, exactly 1 minute in to period number 2. So whatever Joe Carter said during the break has worked so far. Muirhead picks up that goal, and Maryland looked really good on that attack. Had a couple of good opportunities. Eden with a few shots, and Muirhead's the one that turns one in as we have a massive hit on the left boards. Carlson just leveled Andrew DePoy. And then a big hit that time by DePoy, dishing out some punishment on Robinson.
DePoy, the 5'10 center from Washington, D.C. Not a very big line in terms of height. Michael is 5'10", DePoy 5'10", Beganowski 5'8". But then you look at the third line, you got Blake Wanner, who's 6'5".
Going the other way. Wrist shot comes from Watterson. That one was wide. Now it ends up behind the net.
Correction on that last one. It's Bazin, not Beganowski, on that second line, who's 5'9".
Ends up back in the Stevenson zone. Hoover looking for an option. He'll go off the boards right by the official. Bennett trying to chase it down. He's going after Piper Holman down there. Both of those guys scramble for the puck. Now it swung around the boards towards the blue line. Tomaszewski gets it. And this one drifts out to center. Looks like we're going to get a penalty on Stevenson. Looks like we're going to get Hoover 2 minutes for interference. So the Terps will go on the power play.
Assistant coaches firing up this Terps team on the bench. See if they can cash in and tie it up here. Great chance to do so on the power play.
We saw Hoover in the box a couple of times on Friday, and he ends up heading there again. And this is a big opportunity for Maryland to knot this game up at 2. 17:33 left in period number 2. Draw taken by Healy. It's directed right in front. Shahady barely was able to keep that one out as he nearly lost control of the puck.
Looks
so
like
Garneau can clear.
Almost went in there. He just blockered that one away.
And then Blayett just sends it behind the Maryland net. Pelletier holds it there, and now the Terrapins will start their attack. Good job weaving in. It's Eden. Eden bringing it tight. He goes around the net. Plays it off. Healy. Back to the point for McAvoy. Back to Healy. Now back. Here's Eden. Tried a centering pass from Muirhead. That one got over his stick, and then it'll give an opportunity for Blayett to clear it.
Good
1:15
sequence
left on the power play.
Good sequence of passing there. Healy to Michaels, and then down to Eden. Eden was looking to center that one as well.
Healy. Pass in front. DePoy couldn't poke that one in. And then Healy hit by Burkhart behind the net. Here come the Terps again. They go to DePoy. DePoy trying to square up and get a pass for Eden. Then it's loose. Now Eden will finally go off for a change. Get Wanner an opportunity to work on this power play. 35 seconds left on this chance for the Terrapins. Maryland can't get it up ice cleanly, and then an opportunity for Watterson to wrist one down behind the Terps net again to burn some extra clock. Off the boards. Bozin being patient. Cross ice pass. One-timer coming. Save made. Shahady. DePoy was right in front. And he couldn't jam that one in. So it was held for the face-off. It'll go to Shahady's right.
Saw a little bit of an opening on the blocker side there of Shahady, but he just couldn't get that one to sneak through. Shahady stands tall in his crease and covers up.
Referees will take a moment to check the moorings there of the net. Make sure that that's nice and secure. Get ready for another draw. 7 seconds left on the power play. So a big face-off coming up for Maryland. But they cannot win it. But Garneau couldn't clear the zone on the effort. It was held in. Now it's in the corner. McMenamin tried to backhanded pass, but Hoover was the only guy there coming out of the box. And now he's going to try and start a break for Stevenson. Hoover tried to work around his man. Ray McNamara held his ground, though. And Maryland will have an opportunity to clear. McMenamin just stonewalled there by Garneau. And Stevenson sends it the length of the ice.
Garneau, one of the many players on this Mustang team, not afraid to play physical at all. We saw him with plenty of big hits, especially in his defensive zone on Friday night. Continues to do so tonight.
So after the icing, we'll head to Shahady's right for a faceoff in the Maryland offensive zone. Garneau gets the puck off the draw, swings it around the boards. Candelena couldn't clear it either. Now here Healy gets pinned against the boards. Eden tries a pass in front. It's kicked away by Carlson. Now a wrist shot comes. That's also blocked. Now it's the scramble in front of the net, but it goes out for Blayett, who can clear off the glass. This one dumped in by Maryland again after they got the puck at center. Can't be cleared. Healy attempts a shot. It ends up behind Eden. He didn't know the puck was there. Going the other way, Jesse. It's a race down there. McNamara wins it. It's icing. 14:24 left in the second period. It's 2-1. Stevenson still with the lead, but Maryland did half the work getting back into this game with that Andrew Muirhead goal earlier in this period.
And the Terps will come right back to the offensive zone. See if they can get something cooking again.
And the draw won by Maryland. Healy sends it back out to the point. Healy with it now, trying to get it in front. It's directed at the skates, and it's in. Muirhead again. Another goal for Andrew Muirhead. It was a great play by Eden, who sent the pass across the crease. And I don't even know if Muirhead got a stick on it, if it was all skate.
Yeah, either way, it's a great pass. Even if it was the skate, there was no kicking motion, but it looks like he did get a stick on it. I think he may have stopped it with the skate and then tapped it in. Either way, good goal and a great pass to set that all up. And we're all tied at 2.
Muirhead has 2 goals. Now he becomes the team leader with 3 on the season. And Maryland has really dominated since coming out of the locker room for the second period.
And ever since they slotted Muirhead into that first line role, he really took off. This first line of Eden, Healy, and Muirhead is really clicking for the Terps.
Stevenson trying to recollect themselves after all of a sudden their momentum has vanished on them. Another centering pass opportunity. Win with a shot, and that one saved by Shahady. He holds for the faceoff.
Good job by Wynn, driving straight to the net, receiving the pass, and just firing it right away. That's what you got to do. We're tied up. It's basically a 0-0 game. Just get pucks on net. Keep trying to get chances. You scored back-to-back goals. And they're just looking to keep it going.
Faceoff is out to the left boards. DePoy trying to come up with it. Ends up going to Carlson. Carlson behind his own net. Maryland doing a good job on the back check. But this one is flipped to center by Robinson. And Jesse actually ends up coming up with it for Stevenson. Jesse tries a shot. That one went wide of Pelletier's right shoulder. Robinson trying to come back up with the puck. Now it goes out to a tight angle. He tries a shot. That one a no-go. Is out to near the boards. Watterson right in front. Tries a centering pass for Jesse. But that one off of the back of his stick and then goes the length of the ice. It's a chase after it. Michael's trying to get it for the Terrapins. And Burkhart ends up turning with it the other way. McMenamin making it difficult for him, though. Pass to Candelena. Ends up behind the Terrapins' net. Maryland trying to start an attack here. Could be a 2-on-1 if someone could settle the puck, but neither McMenamin nor Wilson could do it. Here's Hoover. He lost the puck on the entry there.
Each team trying to make their own moves back and forth over and over again, kind of like a game of chess. They're looking for that opportunity.
Goes into the corner. Eden the first one there. That negates the icing. Now Eden in front. Tried a wrist shot, but the puck was gone by the time he tried it. And then Bennett able to go the other way with it. Bennett plays it to Blayett, who goes around McAvoy. On the far side of the ice. Terrapins trying to clear. They get it to Eden. Eden with a good pass. Good speed on that pass, but it looked like it went off the skates of Healy. He couldn't control. Healy trying to chase this one down in the right corner. Sent around the glass. McAvoy goes to Eden. Cross ice feed. Wrist shot comes from Holman. That one patted away by Shahady. Goes back out to Piper Holman. Holman with a D-to-D pass to McAvoy. They try to go in the center for Healy. That went off of his skates and onto the boards. It's been a long shift for the Stevenson defense. Here's Eden. Goes across the ice. McAvoy, wrist shot. And that one was blocked up high by Garneau. They try to re-enter. Backhanded shot from Healy. Save made by Shahady. A big opportunity for the Terps, but that one a no-go.
A few good chances there by the Terps. Almost took the lead on that one. That one came pretty close for that top unit. And now look at the Wanner line out there.
Faceoff will go to Shahady's left.
It's going to be Wanner, Schwartz, and Bosin, it looks like. Something we haven't seen yet tonight. Interesting combination.
With delayed offsides there, they still get possession of the puck at center. Bennett set it against the boards. Goes all the way around. This is Garneau actually on this side, and looks like we're going to get an icing on Maryland as that went before Maryland had crossed center ice. I'm going to go ahead and jinx it here, Matt, but it's been a pretty clean period for Maryland through 9 minutes, at least from a standpoint of penalties, which is what it seemed to be the issue they had in the first.
I absolutely agree. And this is what they needed. You stay out of the penalty box, you get more offensive chances. The two things that Coach Carter said before the game, and they're doing just that. It's a 2-2 game. They didn't do it in the first period, and they were down 2-0.
Shot comes in from Carlson. That one was deflected wide of Pelletier's net. Now they'll wrist in another one. Pelletier got a piece of that one, it looked like. Ends up behind the net. A backhanded pass as Stevenson tried to keep it alive. Watterson tried to hold it in, couldn't do it, and then it's sent off the boards by Burkhart. And then Maryland plays it off the board similarly, but this one goes the length of the ice. Burkhart trying to get it, avoids the hit from Wanner and gets it over to Carlson, who flips it into the Maryland bench. And actually stayed on the ice.
Kind of a weird bounce there, deflected right off the boards in front of the bench. It looked like it was going in, but barely stays on the ice.
Play keeps up. And then that one went right in front of Pelletier. He just gloves it, and he'll hold it for the faceoff. 9:52 left in the second period. 2-2 between Stevenson and Maryland. Shots currently 13-17 in favor of Maryland. They've really flipped the switch, essentially.
And most of that has come here in the second period, mainly with that Maryland first line. They've been really piling it on.
Here's a Maryland opportunity, one-on-one. But Michaels lost his footing. He was able to give it off to DePoy. DePoy crashing the net. Centering pass, but he couldn't get it to Michaels.
We've seen that play by the Maryland Terrapins a lot this period. Coming in on the right side, their right side, left of the goalie, and then just flicking it over.
$9:20 left in the second period. We have a tie game here between the Terps and the Mustangs. This is played off the boards as the Terps try to bring it into the offensive zone. DePoy plays it off the glass. He was looking to get it to Nguyen. Robinson ends up coming up with it. Robinson gives it off to Garneau. Now Blayett will clear it to neutral ice. This one's flipped in by Maryland. Glove down by Robinson. Robinson does a nice little spin move to avoid the hit from Michaels, but Michaels came away with the puck. Directs it off the pads of Shahady. Terps holding the offensive zone. This one's played off the netting by Hoover, and the faceoff will go to Shahady's right.
Top line unit comes out for this Maryland team. Eden, Healy, and Muirhead. And it looks like it'll be Pedersen and McAvoy on defense.
Eden got the puck off the faceoff, flipped it off the high part of the glass here, just below the netting. Muirhead gets it back to Peterson. Peterson and Robinson going for the puck. Now it's Eden a chance. That one saved by Shahady. Eden tries a centering pass. An opportunity for Healy. Backhander saved again by Shahady. Need a deep pass. Here comes the shot from Peterson. That one over the net. Healy gives it off McAvoy. Back to Peterson. Tries to get one to Eden. That one off of his skates. He couldn't control it. Now it goes out to the right boards. And Maryland will have to reset. Still a good attack, though, for the Terps. Now we got another opportunity. Good layoff. Eden right in front. Eden, the backhanded chance. Save made. Still loose. Tries to jam it in at the near post. Now scramble in front. And we'll get a whistle. We talked about Liam Eden having an engine that never stops. Another example of that right there.
I was just going to say the exact same thing. If I had to make a comparison to him, he really reminds me of Nathan McKinnon when he plays the game. He uses his size, uses his skill, uses his speed. He always charges in and displays his dominance. whether he has the puck or doesn't. Really, really effective player for this team.
Second he knew Shahady made that first save, was immediately trying to get the backhander to jam it in at the post, but Shahady able to keep him out that time. McAvoy wrist shot from the point. That went in! Tyler McAvoy with another goal from the point. And the Terps have taken the lead. 3 unanswered goals. Didn't look like it took a deflection at all. It looked like just like a snipe into the top corner.
Clean shot and a beautiful shot. Looks like it went bar down or off the pipe or something. Great shot by McAvoy. And they take the lead 3-2.
This is the most goals the Terps have scored this season. Beats the 2 they scored against Georgetown and Stevenson. Offense starting to hum a little bit for the Terps. Hope this is a sign of things to come.
And somewhat similar to his goal on Friday night. Just moves in towards the blue line and just fires it home.
Now all of a sudden, Stevenson has to chase this game. Carlson brings it forward. This one dumped into the right corner. Robinson and McAvoy scrumming in the right corner. McAvoy hit the deck. Robinson with it, goes out to the point. Jesse Fand on the shot. Then got run over by Andrew. I believe that was McMenamin there. It was. This one's played off the glass. McMenamin sends it in for Eden. Now here comes Eden. Driving in a shot. Save made. Rebound chance. Didn't come. In the end, Healy was right there. Now here's Eden. Tries to go through Carlson. He couldn't do it. Now right in front, Healy. Pass off to Muirhead, but he couldn't get the shot off. Oh, what a pass by Healy. And it would have been a hat trick for Muirhead.
A sequence of dangles there by Healy. Can't help but chuckle a little bit. All the moves that he made.
Right in front of his shot. Save made that time by Healy. He's been all over the ice on this shift.
Great display there by Healy. And as you were saying, Muirhead nearly gets the hat trick.
He had nothing but the cage. He just couldn't settle it down. 6:17 left in period number 2. 3-2. Maryland, and now all of a sudden the shot difference is gaping. 28 shots for the Terps, 13 for the Mustangs. As the wrist shot comes from the high slot, that was blocked. DePoy gets it. DePoy with a backhander. It went across. And this one heads back out to center ice, and looks like we're going to have a penalty coming up. Not sure who we'll get. Might be DePoy. And it's going to be holding on Andrew DePoy.
Yeah,
the box.
DePoy was dragging Candelena. Wouldn't really let go of him. Fair call there by the official.
Now, this is a big power play for Stevenson. And after losing pretty much all the momentum in this game, and now they trail all of a sudden, they get their first power play of this period. And they are 2 for 3 on power play chances in this game. And they have an opportunity to get some momentum back. Goes out to Pelletier's right, and he'll just immediately cover that. We'll get another face-off, but we'll switch circles. No, it actually looks like we won't. We'll stay to his left. Face-off won by Maryland. It ends up right in the slot, and it's backhanded away by the Terps. They clear, goes right to Shahady's stick. McMenamin coming in hard, but Shahady able to get a pass off to Bennett. Bennett weaving and immediately cleared again by the Terps as he lost it. Bennett right off of his stick. Here's Hoover. He tries to bring it in, but faces a similar challenge. A good poke check by Maryland. Now it goes out by the benches. Here's Hoover. Hoover tries a wrist shot. That one went up and above Pelletier as he made the save. Goes into the netting, and we'll get a stoppage in play. A minute 20 left on the power play. 5:21 left of the period.
Good 40 seconds there by Andrew McMenamin, the freshman from Ellicott City, charging in, trying to get that puck from the goaltender Shahady. putting pressure on him to do it and play it quickly. And then right after gets a poke check in the neutral zone, denying the Stevenson Mustangs of an offensive zone entry.
Jesse taking this face off for Stevenson, trying to win a key one. Goes straight behind Airy, and this one will be cleared now completely by the Terps yet again. Taken behind the net by Burkhardt as he'll restart the attack for Stevenson. Goes to Carlson. Carlson brings it past the blue line, sends it around the boards. Robinson going to hold there. He gets hit. Nearly lost possession, but Robinson stays with it. Tries a backhander in front. That one knocked away. And now Maryland gets an opportunity to clear, and they do. 42 seconds left on the power play. Here comes Carlson. Heading straight up ice, giving Stevenson one more opportunity really to set up something on the power play. They try to center it. It goes right to Pelletier after the Watterson shot, and he holds for the faceoff.
This period, this Maryland defense has really been able to settle down the workload for Pelletier, and it shows. They get up 2 in the first, so far nothing.
Pelletier has not been busy in any stretch of the imagination in this period. Face-off won by Stevenson. 22 seconds left on the kill for Maryland. Wrist shot comes in from the point from Garneau. And this one held again by Pelletier, who makes another nice save.
Looks like they're going to have win on the face-off here.
4:20 left in period number 2. Maryland leads 3-2. 19 seconds left on the kill. It's the battle of the 14s here as it's going to win versus Watterson. Watterson tried to get it, and he ends up getting pretty much helicoptered as he went down there trying to get that puck back for the Mustangs. Hoover. It's the left side. One more rush chance, at least to get set up for Stevenson. Hoover tried to wrist one there, went wide. Now it ends up right in front of Pelletier and cleared by Maryland straight out of the box. Here could be an opportunity for DePoy. DePoy tried to get a centering pass to Michaels, who was right in the slot, but Garneau prevented it. Great defensive play. Garneau trying to clear. Didn't get far. Wynn trying to keep it in for the Terps. Watterson backhands it to the edge of the area. Now it goes right in front. Michaels, it's sticked away to the left corner by Shahady and flipped towards the blue line by Garneau. Fired back in by McAvoy, and then finally Stevenson will clear.
Strong sequence there by the Terrapins, getting pucks on net, and here they come again.
This time it's Michaels who tried to get a pass. It got deflected and then went off the pads of Shahady. Garneau trying to clear, fanned on the first effort. Michaels gets it right back, tries a centering pass to McMenamin, but that was blocked away by Carlson. Now it goes out to the blue line. McAvoy has got one goal already. He's going to flip one in front. Shahady sticks it away. Robinson for Stevenson goes around to Carlson. And then back to McAvoy at neutral ice. 2:45 left in the period. Terps have the 3-2 advantage. Maryland trying to generate again. Wrist shot from McMenamin is blocked now right in front. A chance and they score again. Chase Wilson with the goal. His first goal in Maryland colors.
Andrew McMenamin centering that pass right in front of the net. How many times have we seen that this second period? And they've cashed in 4 times here in the second. And they're going to toss that puck over on the bench. Chase Wilson, the freshman, first collegiate goal.
Maryland has completely opened it up here in the second period. 4 goals for them. They now have 30 shots as a team to Stevenson's 16. I mean, it could not be more night and day between what we saw in the first period and what we saw here in the second.
They looked much better this period compared to the first. I mean, you could see it coming. Played sloppy in the first, went down 2-0. Stevenson with this depleted roster. Should have been expected for the Terrapins to come out flying in the second, and they did just that.
Another thing we heard Joe Carter talk about before the game was he wanted to see better shot selection out of his group. That's definitely been the case here in this game overall. We have not seen many wasted shots from the Terrapins.
And they're getting to the right places. There's a save there by Shahidi. They're getting to the right places as well, putting themselves in the right position to get those right shots off. Whereas in the first, they really didn't do that.
So goes the length of the ice. We're going to get icing on the Terrapins. 2:08 left in the second period. We'll go to the other end for a face-off. Maryland in this period has outshot Stevenson 20-5.
It really is night and day that how this period differs from the first. Can't stress it enough. They're just playing much better hockey.
This one ends up right in front, and Stevenson scored right off the face-off. And Stevenson gets the momentum back right as we're talking about how Maryland's dominating.
It's going to be Brendan Jesse with the goal.
It just got jammed right in front of Pelletier, and Jesse poked it in.
Yeah.
4-3 the score.
Not much you could do about that one. It's just a big scramble. Happened to get past Pelletier. If I'm the Terps, I got to think to myself, still have the lead. Get to the locker room for the second intermission. Up by 1. Don't worry about it. Come out strong from the third the way you did here in the second.
This is going to be offsides on Stevenson. Will go out to neutral ice for the faceoff. But again, riding the roller coaster here, Matt, and Stevenson right back in this.
And these two games this weekend against Stevenson has been very momentum driven. So you got to stay in good spirits after that goal and not let it get you in the wrong way.
1:40 left in the second period, 4-3. Maryland still holds the advantage, but they had scored 4 unanswered, and that streak finally ended by the Jesse goal. Michaels got it off the deploy for Maryland, then it's flipped into the corner. Backhanded by McAvoy, and looks like we're going to get a penalty. Maryland's going to get a power play chance. Check the call.
Still 5 skaters out in the ice.
So it looks like it may have just been a high stick. Might have just been played with a high stick.
It's unclear what that call was. I'm with you on that one.
Looked like we had a penalty. One of the officials had their hand up, but it looked like that was for a high stick, so that's what dictated the change in the zone there for the faceoff. Ended up clearing it anyway, and never turned into much for Maryland, as they'll have to start from the back again. Pass goes forward here. Steinberg a shot. That one off the pads. Now it's redirected in front again, and this one is loose as Wilson directed it right in front. 58.7 seconds remaining in the second period. It's been all Maryland this period. They've outscored Stevenson 4-1. More than doubled their shot total as well.
They're going to get their top unit out here for the final minute in an attempt to try and tack on another.
This shot comes in. They've been deflected by Healy. Rebound chance, and Eden scored. Liam Eden gets that goal right back for the Terrapins. And it is a 5-3 game.
That's exactly what they're hoping for. They put that first line back out, who's been absolutely rolling. And McAvoy just got that one on net. And the Terps bury another one home. It's 5-3.
What did we just say about momentum?
Absolutely.
Again, right on the momentum as Stevenson looked like they got right back into the game. This one goes right off the pads of Pelletier. He'll hold for the faceoff as the one right from center came in. But right as we think Stevenson gets back in the game, Liam Eden comes down on the other end, picks up the goal, and we're back to a 2-goal hockey game.
And again, on that third goal by Stevenson, just keep your head up high. There's no reason to get down on yourself. They still had the lead, and they didn't get down on themselves. They kept the momentum, and they just buried one home. Now they're up by 2 again.
Here come the Terps. Garneau did a good job clearing it before Healy could chase that puck down. 32 seconds left. Stevenson looking to get that goal right back again as this one drifts right across the crease. No one can get a stick on it for the Mustangs. And now the Terps have a 3-on-2. Healy drifts in. Goes around Hoover, now back out to the point, but that was stick down by Robinson very nicely. Gives it off to Hoover. Hoover drifts in. 6 seconds. Tried to get a shot off. Lost his stick, and then now we'll get a little bit of some extracurriculars down there behind Pelletier's net. And it looks like we're going to get a penalty on Hoover. You could see him run right in there and get into it with one of the Maryland defenders. Couldn't quite see who it was, but he looked like he instigated that one, and he'll get 2 for roughing.
Hoover is a very smooth skating and fast defenseman. He looks very graceful on the ice when he's in motion, but after the plays, he could get a little bit excessive with his physicality. So it'll be him that'll take a seat here with 2.4 remaining.
And the call, roughing on Hoover. 2.4 seconds of this will not last long. If there was a penalty at all now, it looks like it may not have been a manpower deal unless they got one of Maryland's too. They did, so it's going to be a 4-on-4. Not sure Maryland, they put Maryland in the box for. Now they're working it together. So it's going to be offsetting penalties, but I'm not sure who they got for the Terrapins. You know, they got Hoover. They're going to get McNamara on the other side. And we've said McNamara's brought the physicality. That's when you bring 2 very physical guys together. That can happen. Shot goes behind the net for Stevenson, and that is the end of the second period. So we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for $1.58 to start the third period. But for now, we'll take a break. Matt, we talked about it throughout the period. Just a really great job by Joe Carter and his group kind of getting themselves together after falling behind 2-0 in that opening period. They did not in any way fold or put their heads down. They knew that they could get at this Stevenson group, and they did. They hang 5 goals on them here in the second period.
Night and day, the difference between the first and second periods. 0 goals in the first, come out for the second, and they net 5. They'll head to the locker room up 2 for the final 20 minutes. Great period overall by the Terrapins.
We got 2 Muirhead goals, a McAvoy goal, a Wilson goal, and that last one was by Eden. So that was the 5 goals total for Maryland in that period, and then it was just 1 goal for Jesse for Stevenson. And all of a sudden, we've completely flipped. 5-3 the score. Maryland is now currently out shooting Stevenson 34-19 for the game. Really showed how Maryland flipped the switch, and I'm sure that Joe Carter's going down there thinking that they can get more in the third.
Absolutely. Keep the momentum going in the third. 5 goals in the second. Again, keep it rolling. Have a good break, good intermission, and come back flying again.
So we'll take a break here from the Reisterstown Sportsplex, home of Stevenson University, and we'll be back for Puck Drop. Start the third period. This is the second intermission on the Maryland Hockey Network. Time for more hockey in Maryland. It's the Stevenson University Mustangs versus the University of Maryland Terrapins. The third period of action here as Ricer Sounds Sportsplex. The Terps lead 5-3. Powered by 5 goals second period. That included 2 Andrew Meathead goals.
Almost set for this third period. An explosive period for the Terrapins. We got 2 goals from Muirhead, a goal from McAvoy, a goal from Chase Wilson, his first collegiate goal, and then Liam Eden with under a minute remaining. We weren't sure if that goal was Muirhead for the hat trick, but it was Eden we received word during the intermission.
Joe Carter just said he gets a little excited sometimes when Maryland scores, so he likes to get to the front of the line, even though as per tradition, you let the goal scorer go first. 4-on-4 for a minute and 58 seconds to start this period after the 2 roughing penalties to Ray McNamara and Nick Hoover. So that's how we started. We're underway here for the third period. We'll head in the same way that we did for the first. So Stevenson in the white is attacking towards us from this point of view, and Maryland in the red attacking away. We'll see if the Terps have more goals in store, because that second period they thoroughly dominated. McAvoy starts with the puck. He'll give it off to Tomaszewski, and Tomaszewski sends it behind the net back for McAvoy. Back to Tomaszewski.
Tomaszewski and McAvoy starting on this defensive pairing, along with Eden and Tucker Healy, the forwards for this 4-on-4.
Talked about it a lot through this home and home. This is where we're really going to see the fatigue factor settle in for Stevenson. They only have 10 skaters, just 2 lines and 2 defensive pairings.
We saw that a little bit in the third period of Friday night's game at Stevenson. However, with all the penalties that Maryland had, Stevenson was able to bury their goal in the third period.
DePoy was able to check off a hit there from Robinson. That was a good job from DePoy just to weather the storm on that one. Here comes Airy up the ice way. 20 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Airy drifts right in, tries a shot. That one was blocked by Jesse and then cleared away by Stevenson. Will be held here for a moment by Holman. He'll give it off, and now DePoy had it at center ice, then lost it. It drifts out to Airy again. Brings it up the left wing boards. He lost it on the way through. Now Jesse with the puck. Jesse driving in, tried to give it off to Hoover, but it was behind him, and Maryland can attack the other way. Lose it pretty much immediately, though, and a wrist shot comes in. Pad save on the shot from Carlson.
Quick shot there by Carlson, trying to beat Pelletier, but he stands his goal.
Jesse gives a pass to Watterson. That one directed from a tight angle. Easy save in the end for Pelletier. This one swings around the boards. McAvoy brought it towards Piper Holman. Now played off the boards by Wilson. Holman tries to clear towards center. He's able to do that. Gets it on the stick of McMenamin, and he tried to send a airborne pass that was gloved down by Stevenson, but they could not hold possession, and then it'll be dumped in here by Tomaszewski. Backhand pass from McAvoy at center ice. Drifting in, Steinberg. And then it goes out to neutral ice where Muirhead dumps it in. 16:30 left in this contest, 5-3 Terps.
Yeah, it was Steinberg and McMenamin out there with Healy. I think the Terps were caught in a change. As there you see Liam Eden hopping out, as well as Muirhead. So they get that first line out there.
And we'll get an icing call here against Stevenson. So We'll go down to the other end for a face-off to Shahadi's left. It's kind of been, again, an opposite just in terms of what we've seen between these two games, Friday and today's on Sunday. A lot more of an offensive game here for both these teams. The feeling out process didn't really happen in this game because they already knew it was coming after spending 60 minutes together on Friday.
And only 3 goals in that Friday night affair. Here, there's already 8, which happened in the first 40 minutes.
Puck dumped in by Eden. Muirhead chasing after it. That one goes off of his skates and out to the point where Tomaszewski loses it. It went over his stick. Here's a 2-on-2 chance. Wrist shot comes in. That one saved by Pelletier. Carlson with the shot. Goes out towards the blue line. Held in for a moment by Stevenson. Liam Eden will pick it up behind his own net. Eden going to start the attack down the left wing boards. Cuts in towards center ice where he lost the puck. And then it's brought into the Maryland zone by Stevenson. Terps will try and clear. Get it to Healy. Now cross ice pass and Wynn. And he brings it into the offensive zone. Wynn with a shot. Blocked by Hoover. And then Hoover goes straight down. He's behind the net. Mr. Prom's getting to his feet as this goes right in front. A wraparound chance. Now Boston with a shot. And that one saved as well.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's going to be Hoover. Hoover gets up. Looks like he was hurt. Then he came back up. And that's an obvious call there. Looks like it's either going to be tripping or interference, one of the two.
So Hoover goes to the box, his 3rd time in the penalty box in this game. Call will be tripping at the 15:09 mark left in this contest. So the Terps get a power play chance here early in the 3rd.
Power play unit includes Eden, Michaels, Healy, Muirhead, and McAvoy, the D-man quarterback.
He goes to Eden here. He'll try a wrister from the point. Was thinking high corner there. Now it's a scramble at the post. Maryland couldn't direct it in. And it's cleared out to center. Healy will restart the attack for the Terps. Healy weaving in. He lost the puck as Burkhart made it difficult. This is a one-timer from the point by McAvoy. That one blocked. Here's a shorthanded breakaway. Jesse, good dangle shot. He's stoned, rebound, and they score. Watterson on the follow-up. And now it's just a one-goal game yet again, a power play. It's actually a shorthanded, goal for Stevenson. Watterson did a great job on the follow-up from Jesse.
Breakaway by Jesse. It was also a 2-on-1 with Watterson trailing. And he gets the shot. It was saved by Pelletier. And then Watterson buries it home top shelf. We got a 5-4 game here.
Short-handed there for Stevenson as they just took advantage of a loose puck at center ice. And I must say the first save was a tremendous one, though, by Pelletier. The defense wasn't there, though, to support him. On the back chance from Watterson. This one fired in by Wanner. Terps will chase after it. Still 50 seconds left on the power play for Maryland.
Yeah, that's a tough goal to allow. On the power play, they give up a 2-on-1.
This one's dumped in off of Pelletier's pad. Canalena sent it around the boards. Good job by Watterson holding that one in as DePoy was trying to start an attack. Watterson not giving up on this play, continuing to make it difficult for the Terps to get anything going as this puck goes out to center ice. 15 seconds left on the power play. Wanner gives it to Airy. Airy wrist shot in was blocked. Now it's finally dumped in by the Terrapins and they can chase after it. Wanner the first one there. And that will do it for the power play for Maryland. Back to even strength. McMenamin picks off a pass at center. He's looking for a shot from the left dot. He'll rip a wrist shot. Glove saved by Shahadi. And he'll freeze it for the faceoff. 13:02 left in the contest.
Back to 5-on-5 here. You got to stay strong if you're the Terrapins. We saw that as they gave up their third goal, and they got one right back. Got to do the same here. You still have the lead, and keep your spirits up. Got to come out of this game with a win.
Shots 36-23 in favor of Maryland. 5-4 game on the board, though, despite the big advantage for Maryland in the shots category. Stevenson trying to get themselves started from behind their own net. This one drifts out to and right near the Maryland bench. Ray McNamara. It's off to Airy. This one went to McMenamin. He turned it over at center, and it looks like we got an offside call here against the Mustangs. 12:29 left in the third period. 5-4. Maryland has the lead, but Stevenson got the momentum in the early part of this period with that goal from Watterson.
You're going to see Hunter Airy with Ray McNamara here instead of Tyler McAvoy.
Maryland going to ice the puck here, and that'll bring it down into their zone for this faceoff. Draw between Healy and Jesse. Jesse wins. Wrist shot comes in. Save made by Pelletier. It pops up, and Watterson couldn't steer it in. And then it will be cleared by Maryland. But this looks like this is going to be icing again. So we'll just come back and do it again after the puck was just sent deep there by Muirhead.
So we'll get the same 5 Terps here, as you can't make that change on the icing.
Again, it's Jesse and Healy. Again, Jesse wins it. Wrist shot comes in. Save made by Pelletier. Jesse has the puck again. This one again directed at the pads. Save made again by Pelletier. That time on Watterson. Goes out to center ice. Looking for a reset. And the Terps will bring it the other way with Liam Eden. A good aggressiveness from him. He actually loses his footing, though, down there in the left corner. Sent back to center. Actually, it was at the point for a slap shot from Airy. Save made there, and then it'll be sent the other way. It was on net, so no icing. Pelletier tries to start an attack. Does a good job there, but an unfortunate play as Healy couldn't control it on a good pass from Pelletier. They could have started a break. So Stevenson tries to bring it in to the Maryland zone, but they were offside.
Not sure what happened on that pass there to Healy by Pelletier. Looked like it was on the money, but Healy just couldn't handle it. It'll be DePoy on the faceoff here. Flanked by Michaels and Baza in the second unit.
Terps have it in their own end. McAvoy tries to clear. Manages to punch it towards center. Sent right back in by Stevenson. Maryland going to try and settle it down here. Piper Holman will play it off the glass. And that one looked like it went into the Maryland bench. So the faceoff will go to the dot right in front of the Maryland bench. 10:49 left in this game. 5-4. Terps holding the lead. Stevenson looking for that one attack, and they may get it right here. Jesse tried a wrist shot. Stick was lifted there by Michaels. This one swung around the boards. Robinson trying to get it. He was walled off there by Piper Holman. DePoy plays it off the glass in an attempt to clear. Can't do it. Watterson, they had a chance, but that one may have hit the netting.
I like that shift by Darren Michaels, the 5'10 freshman from Flemington, New Jersey. He battles hard along the boards, never wants to cough up that puck. It's what you love to see in a player as he goes to the bench now.
Tippins going the other way. Wrist shot. Right in front, and they scored. Didn't look like a dangerous chance from where the shot came from, but the Terps find the back of the net and make it 6-4. Not sure who put that in the back of the net. Not sure if it was looked like it was McMenamin on the deflection.
Yeah, it's tough to see there. And we have some more commotion here. Coach Carter discussing with the referee. But 6-4, Terps lead.
Either way, looked like it was McMenamin. At least that's what we're going to believe at this point. That he was able to deflect that shot in from the point that looked like it came from Thomas Peterson. Terps have it in the offensive zone. They now lead 6-4. They've kept Stevenson at arm's length ever since taking the 3-2 lead. It has not been tied since then, despite a couple of valiant efforts by the Mustangs. Tomaszewski does a good job avoiding contact here in the left corner. Under 10 minutes left in this game. Wrist shot attempt there from Steinberg is blocked, goes out to the edge of the zone where it's fired back in by Tomaszewski. A trap for it in the corner. Scrum of bodies down there. Steinberg went down. Ends up behind the Stevenson net. This one played off the boards by Wanner as he chases after it. Now it's Nguyen. Off the glass, back to Wanner, to the point. McNamara thought about a shot. Ends up giving it off to McAvoy. McAvoy, a wrist shot. Save made by Shahady. Goes back out to McAvoy. Thinking shot again. This one goes high. And another save made by Shahady as he was looking for the top corner. And
nice
you can
job.
just see that, sorry to cut you off there, but you can just see that Stevenson looks a step slow out there as we've seen McAvoy step up a couple of times into a lot of space.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tyler McAvoy keeping the puck in the zone, making good plays there. And that third line of Steinberg, Wanner, and Wynn has been chipping away at that Mustang team all game long.
6-4 the score, 8:40 left in this game as Allen gets the draw. Backhanded pass into the center is intercepted. And here comes Stevenson. A rear shot comes in from center ice. Save made by Pelletier. He's directed behind the net. Jesse tries a wrap around her. Save made. Second opportunity saved again. Couldn't be gloved. Then opportunity saved again. Couldn't be gloved. Then another backhanded chance. Loose in front. Chance. Another chance. A gaggle of bodies in front. And Pelletier and the defense hold up. Directed in front. Another pad save by Pelletier. And then a wrist reflected in front. Another backhand chance. And again, they're denied. Wrist shot comes in and Eden blocked it.
That first sequence, Andrew Muirhead diving, saving a sure goal.
Now it's in front and the Terps score the other way.
Incredible. Incredible.
7-4 Maryland after it looked like Stevenson was going to bring it back to a one-goal game.
You thought for sure Stevenson was going to score there. Two sequences. Muirhead loses a stick. He's just getting it now.
And look at the change of pace and look at the guys on the end of that goal. Liam Eden, who scored that one, his second of the night. He changes play so quickly. You can get from one end to the other in the snap, just snap of your fingers, and he does right there. It looks like we're going to get a timeout for Stevenson as it's now a 7-4 game, but Eden now with 2 goals as it looked like Stevenson was going to put one in on this end. They hold up, and then they can quickly change the ice. And Liam Eden did that, the recipient of a good pass, and he scored it's now a 7-4 game, and I think that's the advantage that Maryland has with the numbers that they have compared to what Stevenson's working with.
2 sequences there by Stevenson as well, and Muirhead saving a definite goal. I mean, it was a wide open net, and Muirhead laid out the body, blocked the shot that was heading right for Twine. Second sequence, Pelletier dives to his right, and I think he made the save there. They both lose their stick. And then, as you said, that Maryland offense charges right in, and Eden buries one home for a second of the game. Eden is an absolute monster. I mean, point after point, goal after goal. He just continues to ravage through the defense of what really appears to be every team that he plays. And Pelletier was able to get a chuckle after that one. He loves to have Pelletier, and we love that too.
7:50 left in the third period. It's now 7-4 Maryland as they're in the driver's seat now, biggest lead of the game for them. After that Eden goal, 2 goals in this period for the Terps, one from McMenamin and the other one from Eden. Bozen takes it at center ice. He's hit there and it flips off the boards. Goes down to the other end. Carlson chases after it for Stevenson. He has the puck, tries to backhand it out of the zone. And Stevenson now with a 1-on-2 developing right in front. It was out of the reach, though, of Candelena.
Burkhart looking for that redirection, moving in by Candelena. Pass was just too far out of reach. I'm sure he would try to tap that one home if it was a little bit closer to him.
Behind the net, Pelletier just directed it for McNamara. Bad turnover, though, and here can be an opportunity for Watterson, or that was Jesse. Sorry, with a cross-ice pass for Robinson. Now Watterson wins it back. Hits him high, and he almost brought it into the slot, but he couldn't control it. Now a wrist shot comes in from Jesse. Save made Pelletier. Here's Jesse with it, back to the point. Swinging around, wrist shot in front. It's deflected. Never got to Pelletier, and then Hoover another chance in front that is flipped over the net.
Yeah, look at Tomaszewski there. Going at it with Robinson that entire cycle. Would not let him get to the net, pounding him down.
McMenamin tried a wrist shot, goes behind the net. And this one is flipped back to center ice. Pelletier takes it. Here's Healy. Healy with a nice little spin move to get in front. Healy will try a wrist shot. Save made. Rebound. They scored. Liam Eden has a hat trick, ladies and gentlemen. And it's an 8-4 game with 5:35 left in the period. The captain has done it again. And it has been a great game for 17 tonight.
He's an absolute stud. What more can you say? I mean, he's really doing it all. Scoring goals, creating plays, using his size and speed and strength, you name it.
And this guy makes it easier for everyone else on the ice to play the game. His ability to go from end to end, change the play. He seems to be the first person to ever lose puck in his general vicinity.
And he just loves playing the game. You see him during the intermissions and before the games. He's always smiling, always having a good time.
Now right in front of Healy, a chance. That time he's stoned, though, by Shahady on a great pass from Eden. 5:16 left, and we'll get a hold and a stoppage. 8-4 Terps. Most impressive part about those 8 goals, they were scored in 2 periods. They're actually blanked in the first.
My, oh my, 12 goals here in this game. And 44 shots for the Terrapins.
Face-off won by Maryland. It goes out to McAvoy. Directs it into the left corner. Swings behind the net. Wanner tried to chase it down, and it's flipped along the boards. It goes out to the blue line. Terps still keep it in. Wanner will direct one near the front of the net. Wanner lost his footing there, left corner, and it goes out towards neutral ice. McAvoy lost a handle on it. Cutting in Robinson. Robinson shoved off the puck, and a one-timer from Jesse goes wide. Now Maryland can try to go the other way with Jake Schwartz. Schwartz trying to chase it down in the corner. He was the first one there, looking for an option. Goes out to McAvoy at the left point. His wrister in, went past Wanner's stick. Wynn picks it up in the right corner. He's checked. Wanner still with it. Back to Wynn, right in front of shot. That was blocked and goes out to the corner where should be an opportunity for Stevenson to clear, and they do clear it. Only to neutral ice, though, so they're going to have to recollect themselves quickly as Blayett had the puck. Actually looks like it may have gone into Stevenson's bench through the door almost. .409 left in period number 3, 8-4 Maryland. They have outshot Stevenson in this game 44-29. This game was 2-0 Stevenson at the end of the first period, and ever since then, Maryland has just turned on the afterburners and exploded. We're going to get a boarding penalty down here on Maryland. Pretty clear one down there in the corner. There's a Mustang down. The guilty party is going to be Darren Michaels. Look like boarding from here. We'll see if the officials do with that.
Oh, boy.
Looks like Michaels is actually going to be given a 10-minute misconduct. So he'll have to head to the locker room. He's done for the day.
Yeah, his night will end early.
If it'll be a 2-10 or if this is a major penalty. Still discussing this. So that's a major on Michaels there. That's 5 minutes for boarding. And so the rest of this game, Maryland will be on the kill.
And they've still had a lot of penalties this game. That may be deceiving because they're up by 4 goals and they've scored 8. But they've still had their troubles with penalties, and there you see a major by Darren Michaels.
He's out to the side, cross ice pass towards Garneau, went to the corner. Garneau recollects, however, and he'll wait before going back to the point where Carlson fires a shot. It's deflected, and that was actually a great job by Pelletier just to trap that one between his arm and his body because it was nearly deflected past him.
Yeah, it looks like it hit him and then pops back up, and he's able to still catch it. Good save, or saves there by Pelletier.
Face-off is won by, still actually a battle for it. Looks like Stevenson will come away with it in the end. Jesse gives it up at the point. Garneau thought about a shot. Instead, he goes to Carlson. Carlson, a wrist shot, deflected up by Airy, and it was still gloved by Pelletier.
Quick reactions there by Pelletier. He does it a little bit of a nonchalant manner. Just sticking his glove up there, snagging it, and bringing it back down. Faced off to his right.
3:26 left in the game. Penalty time is irrelevant because it will go over into the past the end of regulation. So it'll be a power play for the rest of this game for the Mustangs. But they have a mountain to climb to get back into this game. It's 8-4. Carlson, a shot. That goes wide. And now it goes off the boards. Now here could be an opportunity for Wanner if he chases it down. I think it was just too far out of his reach to really make it a true breakaway. And then he gets leveled in the right corner. Just crushed down there by Zach Garneau as this one swings around and goes out behind the net for Shahady to hold it.
And Wanner's going to go to the bench this time. And it's going to be Chase Wilson that replaces him.
2:38 left in the game. Brought behind the net, Hoover. Swings it around town. Still on the puck, Hoover. Giving Eden a workout. Now goes back to Hoover into some space, tries a wrist shot. That one went off the foot of McNamara. Now into the corner. McNamara going to try and clear. Hoover keeps it alive. Goes to Jesse. Jesse a wrist shot. That was actually Carlson on the wrist shot. It was deflected by Watterson, but not towards the net. 2:08 left in the game. Terps just trying to see the last little bit out and get their second win, get back to 500 on the season. Whistle goes on the far side of the ice.
McAvoy discusses with the officials. And we'll see what this is.
See what this one's about, though. This goes out to center, or to neutral zone. I'm sorry for this face. I'm not sure the call was there, but either way, it'll be flipped in by Maryland off of the pad of Shahady. Just directed it into the corner so his team could pick it up. 1:45 left on the clock. Goes out to the right boards. Airy just sends it down. Stevenson going to start the attack. 90 seconds left in the game. They lose it, though, on the entry. Poked away. Now here's Wilson the other side. Wilson a wrist shot. Save made by Shahady. Carlson thought about a one-timer. Now a wrist one in. That was off to the front of the net. Backhanded by Robinson. Now here's Carlson a shot. Missed it at the near post. And it swings out to the blue line. And Stevenson was offsides. They will have to head back. They'll just go for a change as well. And now Maryland will play a little bit of pass in their own end. And Tomaszewski will just clear it the other way with 47 seconds left in the game. Little wraparound chance shorthanded from Maryland. That one saved. That was Andrew DePoy trying to be sneaky. Comes back into the Maryland zone. McAvoy gives it off to McNamara. And it goes to the other side of the ice where Hoover takes it. Hoover's pass forward off the stick of McNamara. McAvoy able to pick it up, though, before anyone could take advantage of that situation. 15 seconds left, and maybe one more opportunity here for Stevenson to put one on the board. Right in front, a good opportunity for Jesse. Nothing but the cage to look at, but he missed. He beat Pelletier, but he just psyched himself out, it looked like. Now Robinson has it on the boards. 1 second left, and that's the end of the game. Final score 8-4. The Terps have swept this weekend series against the Stevenson Mustangs. Final scores of the two games, 2-1 on Friday. Here today, 8-4. They get the win. We have a laundry list of goals for you. It all started in the second period. Maryland was blanked in the first. Muirhead again, then McAvoy, Wilson, Eden. That was the scoring in the second period. And then in the third, McMenamin, and then Eden twice. Eden with the hat trick. He's the player of the game. The captain did it all tonight.
Absolutely. And you look at that score sheet, no goals in the first period. They went down 2-0. They take this game by a final score of 8-4. It all started with that second period explosion. 5 goals during those 20 minutes. And like you said, they sweep this weekend home and home series, and they're back to 500.
On the Stevenson side of things, they never seem to get themselves going, at least from a position of the second and third periods. They played well in the first. They got the lead that they wanted into the locker room, but they seem to have left their game in the locker room after the first intermission.
And that was expected. They came out flying, got up to that early 2-0 lead, but they just couldn't maintain it. I'm sure a big factor of this was due to their short, depleted roster. But either way, Maryland explosion as they just finished their handshake line now. Shots are 46-31 in favor of the Terps.
On the record standpoint, Maryland goes back to 500. They're 2-2 overall, but they're actually now 2-0 in the mock conference, which is huge for them. And on the other side, Stevenson, they'll drop to 1-4, and they're now 0-2 in the mock. So a great start for Maryland in conference play after this weekend series. They're off for a couple of weeks, and they're back in action at Hollydale Ice Arena, where they'll play Rowan University on October the 30th. That is the next game for this Maryland Terrapins team as they try to build on what's been a really positive weekend here against the Stevenson Mustangs.
And they got off to a tough start, 0-2, but winning 2 straight this weekend, it's got to feel really good for this team to even up their record at 500, excuse me. And you can see it now. They're all happy and smile. Same after the Friday night game. And I'm sure they'll definitely use this momentum moving into the big stretch of the season.
So that'll do it for us here from Meisterstown Sportsplex. For Matthew Sill, I've been Mark McClure. Liam Eden, the hat trick hero. He puts 3 into the back of the net, and the Terps win it 8-4, the final score. Thanks again for tuning in on the Maryland Hockey Network. We'll catch you soon.